Hey guys, D-Sol back in the Nerd Cave with week 4 of my 31 Nights of Halloween. It is Monday, November 1st, and Halloween is over. It's very upsetting. Always look forward to October. Just another excuse to watch as many horror movies as you can. And now that it's over, it's kind of sad. But hey, listen, it's not going to stop us from watching all of these movies, so no big deal. But let me know in the comments below, what did you guys watch? How was your Halloween? Did you dress up? My Halloween was pretty fun. Had a couple different costumes. I have my go-to is my Michael Myers costume. I have the coveralls. I wear my Part 6 mask that we talked about in my Halloween collection video. Make sure to watch that. And pretty much just stand outside, scare the hell out of kids, and give some candy. So it's pretty fun. We put out a big speaker outside and just pretty much blast the Halloween soundtrack. This year we blasted the Halloween 2 soundtrack, which was nice. But before that, we walked around for trick-or-treating, and my son was Pennywise. And so, of course, I was Georgie with big yellow raincoat, with the arm cut off, walked around with a severed arm. I YouTubed how to make a boat, a paper boat, and walked around like that. Unfortunately, everyone thought I was a Gordon's fisherman because I have pretty big beard, and everyone just thought I was a fisherman. So it was warmer than expected, so I ended up just kind of taking that off after the initial trick-or-treating, and just going into my Michael Myers costume later on. But that was my Halloween. It was fun. We grilled outside. We hung out. It was a good time. So hopefully you had a good Halloween. Let me know in the comments below. What did you do? Hopefully you had a good time. Anyway, so enough about that. Let's jump into the movies I watched this week. I watched 7. I did not watch nearly as many movies as I wanted to. That first week, we knocked it out of the park, and then we just went downhill from there. Life happens, work, all that stuff. So, but I'm glad I got these in. First one up is my favorite movie of all time. Hopefully, if you've watched a couple of my videos, maybe you know what I'm talking about. And it's The Lost Boys. My favorite movie of all time, and I will say that again. Love this movie. Best 80s movie, best vampire movie, best 80s vampire movie, best Corey movie, you name it. Love this movie. Have it on every format: VHS, DVD, Laserdisc, Blu-ray. I don't have it on beta. I don't know if it's on beta. If it is, I maybe have to pick that up. Where's the 4K? What's going on, guys? We need the 4K of this movie. Please. I need it. I want it. I do want I know there's a steelbook that I missed out on, but I think it's essentially just this in a steelbook form. But that's The Lost Boys. Next movie, and I guess we were on a vampire kick. And this is probably very close second best vampire movie ever. Lost Boys has to be the first, just because it's my all-time favorite movie. But it's Fright Night. Great movie, perfect, almost a perfect story. It's just it's simple, and it's just enjoyable. Chris Sarandon, Roddy McDowall, Amanda Burr. So it has all of them. Come on, that's not cool. They don't give Ragsdale any love here on the front. Anyway, this is the Eureka edition. This is a great edition if you don't have it. I know there's the Twilight edition or whatever that I never really got into that label. I think there's just like a regular standard studio edition. But this is Eureka. It is actually all region, so I do recommend it. It's got some great special features here. It's got a really good feature-length documentary, a ton of info. Really great movie. DVD, Blu-ray, just all-around great movie. Next one up is something that, Jimmy and I couldn't watch anything that night. Just sometimes the night gets away from you. I just want to pop in something that was short, easy to watch. I think it falls into the Halloween category, and it's the Wraith. This is the one of the recent Vestron video releases. The Wraith, I think by definition, is a ghost, right? So early Charlie Sheen movie. Of course, you also have Randy Quaid and Nick Cassavetes. I think Vestron did a good job with this release. Has a decent amount of special features. Again, just wanted something. I don't know if this was on my original list. It may have been. It was literally like 1 in the morning, and I wanted to get a movie in, and so I threw that on. Next one up. Now, this was supposed to be part of a double feature, but we just didn't have time to watch it. And it's Fright Night Part 2. Very, very underrated sequel. This is as good. I don't want to say better, but it's a very enjoyable sequel. I can watch this as many times as I can watch the first one. There are some things in this one that I like better than the first one. I think it's just a really great film. Of course, as you see, this is the Spanish version Blu-ray. We do not have an official release. Why not? We need an official release. There's always been rumors about there being an official release. There just hasn't been one yet. But this is fine. This will do for now. It's good quality. When Stinky Tuna was a thing, I know they had a release. And I think they just ported over the special features from like the Fright Night release. So I was tempted to pick that up, but I never did. But again, listen, this will do. But this is a great film. It's got some cool it's if you're into vampires and the whole Dracula lore, it really, Jimmy and I were talking about this the other day. It really kind of has those things in the movie. It has their aversion to roses. One of the vampires is you think he's a werewolf. He's just a shapeshifter. And he's in that kind of half vampire wolf form through a lot of the movie. Which they did in the first one with Evil Ed's character, where he just kind of turned into a wolf, like a real wolf. Where here, it's more of like a wolf kind of hybrid, sort of to like Bram Stoker's Dracula, how he does it there. And I've always enjoyed that. I guess that's really it. It's not like a terribly complicated story, but it's still fun. So if you haven't seen Fright Night 2, you're missing out. Next one up is something that just kind of threw on in the middle of the day, was kind of watching in the background. This was on Prime, so I watched it on that, since I only have the DVD version, and it's The Monster Squad. Fun movie, 87, I believe. And yeah, this is, like I said, the DVD version. I think there's a Blu-ray out there, I think with the same cover. I just have the DVD. PG-13, I was thinking about watching this with my kids. They're 7 and 10. But I was definitely that age. I mean, this is 87, so I was 7 when this came out, and I'm sure I saw it as soon as it hit HBO. So you figure I was 8 or 9 when I saw this for the first time. And there are some things in here that you can't really do in movies today that don't really translate very well without getting too PC, because I think being too PC ruins things too. But here, I think there's some valid concerns. Not that this movie should be canceled by any means. It's a great movie, but I don't know. They are going to watch it one day. It is fun. It's a fun watch. Not trying to get political here, or say anything negative about the movie. I do really enjoy the movie. It's just kind of a sign of the times, from 87. So I think these are things that, like I said, this clearly should not be canceled. I'm not saying that at all. I think a lot of things shouldn't be. But, is it something I want my kids to watch right away without having a good kind of explanation to things? I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too much into it. Maybe I'm going to get some hate for that. But listen, at the end of the day, I still love the movie. So anyway, this brings us to Halloween night. And of course, we watched what we always watch. And it was Halloween 1 and 2. Unfortunately, these are the only 2 that we were able to watch from the new Scream Factory release. We had originally planned to watch all of them. Definitely wanted to watch part 3. Kind of upset that I didn't get to do that. But yeah, the 4K looks pretty good on these. We watched this, back to back. I slept through half of this one because at that point I think it was like after midnight when we're watching that. I remember it was like 11, just before midnight. I remember Jimmy saying, we're technically watching it on Halloween still, so that's good. We made it. But yeah, I think I'd got to do a back-to-back comparison with the other 4K. Maybe my TV just isn't up to par, but I mean it looked fine. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. But I've seen this on 4K before on the previous release. The Blu-rays have never been terrible, so I don't know. Again, regardless, I'm happy to own this. And so yeah, Halloween is always a classic. And then Halloween 2, I've always liked this. I've always flip-flopped between which is my favorite one or 2. I've just always liked 2, the setting of it. It's a little bloodier. It's a little, little more violent, I think. I think this time around, I'd have to say Halloween is my favorite, with this being a close second. But that can easily be changed. But yeah, Halloween 1 and 2. I mean, these are classics. I feel like you can't watch Halloween movies without watching at least these 2. But yeah, that's it, guys. Really nothing much else to say about the Halloween series. I feel like every time I watch it, there's always another comment or something I think about. Thinking about it in context of the 2018 timeline, and then the Halloween Kills timeline, think of it, it was hard not to think of it in that respect. But my thoughts about the Halloween Kills one. If you don't, I'll leave a link in the description below to that video where I do my review. Anyway, guys, that is what I watched. This kind of turned into a mini nerd rant, and it shouldn't have. Please, don't mind me. Anyway, let me know in the comments below, guys. What did you watch during Halloween? I'd love to know. Love to get your thoughts on that. Let me know if I'm just overthinking the whole Monster Squad thing. There's a couple scenes, like right in the beginning, where they're walking down the hallway. They're having this whole conversation. They bump into the teacher. Just like that, the first, those like 5 seconds, I was like, oof. Yeesh, I don't know if you can say that. And then the whole hot sister thing, which is fine. That stuff is fine. It's just my son's 7, so I don't know. They still cover their eyes with stuff like that. So, God, man, the stuff I was watching back then, I mean, pales into comparison of what I let them watch now. It's so funny how that works, Like, when I was a certain age, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna let my kids watch whatever they want. Now it's like, hold up, let's see. I think the only thing I've let them watch so far is like a TV edited version of Lost Boys. I'm ranting. Let me know in the comments below, guys. What did you watch? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time in the Nerd Cave.